You are not who you used to be. This is not a judgment. It is simply true of every person who has lived long enough to compare themselves across time. You have changed. The question, the one most people never ask directly, is whether the change has been in the direction you intended, because there is a second kind of change, not the kind you choose. The kind that happens in the spaces between decisions, in 100 small moments each week where something in you knows what the right thing is and you choose the easier thing instead, and you rationalize it and you move on. And that rationalizing accumulates. And one day, not dramatically, not with a clear before and after, you are someone you would not have predicted, someone the earlier version of you would have looked at with unease. This is a story of Kira Yashinaka. In 1701, Kira Yashinaka held one of the most prestigious positions in the Tokugawa court. He was a high-ranking master of ceremonies, responsible for instructing young lords in the elaborate protocols of the shogunate. He was powerful, connected, protected. He had everything a man of his era could accumulate. He had also, over 20 years of power, become something that bore very little resemblance to the code under which he had been raised. He was cruel to his subordinates in small, persistent ways. He accepted bribes without ceremony. He humiliated a young lord named Asano Naganori publicly, repeatedly, not in one decisive confrontation, but in the grinding, daily way that powerful men demean those beneath them when they have stopped caring what their power is supposed to be for. He had the title of a man who was supposed to embody Bushido. He had abandoned its contents so slowly that he had probably stopped noticing the distance. Asano eventually drew his blade in the shogun's court, a capital offense, and was ordered to commit seppuku the same day. His lord was dead. His clan was dissolved. His retainers became ronin. 47 of them spent 2 years pretending to have given up, drinking, wandering, doing nothing that looked like what they were doing, which was waiting with absolute patience for the moment when Kira's guard would finally relax. On a winter night in December 1702, they came for him. They found him hiding in a charcoal shed behind his mansion. The man who had wielded his position like a weapon for 20 years was crouched in the dark, hoping not to be found. They brought him into the courtyard. They gave him the option of dying as a samurai. He did not take it, and so they ended it for him. He died as the person he had become, not the person he had started as. The Japanese call the clear and undistorted state of the warrior's mind mushin, wushin, the mind without mind. It is not the absence of thought. It is the absence of the noise that accumulates when a person begins making decisions based on what is convenient rather than what they believe. Mushin is a condition of mind that has not been corroded by compromise, that sees clearly because it has not spent years revising what it is willing to see. The opposite of mushin is not stupidity. It is a slow accumulation of rationalized choices. The mind that has learned to explain itself to itself, that has become so skilled at justification that it no longer recognizes a distance between what it says it values and what it actually does. Kira did not become cruel on a single afternoon. He became cruel across 20 years of small decisions. Small cruelties excused, small corruptions absorbed, small standards quietly lowered because the cost of holding them had gone up and no one was checking. This is how it happens, not in moments of dramatic failure, but in the quiet arithmetic of daily choices that each seems small enough to absorb without consequence. You are making those choices right now, every day, in how you speak to people when you are tired, in what you do with information that could hurt someone, in whether you do what you said you would do when doing it costs you something you did not budget for, in the gap between who you tell people you are and what you actually choose when the cost of the real answer is higher than comfortable. Each choice is a small construction. You are building something. The question is whether you are building intentionally, whether you are choosing, decision by decision, to become the person you intend to be, or whether you are allowing the easier choice to accumulate until one day you look at what has been built and do not recognize it. Kira had 20 years. He built a man he died as, hiding in a shed, having spent everything he had been given on the smallest version of himself the opportunities afforded him could have produced. You still have time to look at what you are building, to notice the direction the accumulation is going, to choose differently in the small moments before they are no longer small. The question is not who you want to be. The question is who you are becoming right now, today, in the decisions no one else is watching, and whether you are willing to look at that honestly enough to change it.